fucking joke. It's just a fucking joke, mate. A fucking joke. Fucking internet piece of fucking shit. Piece of fucking shit, mate. Fucking joke. No. He is not back. He is not back. It's just a preview of the Netflix thing. That's what that was. It wasn't The Rock. He's not back. It's still the Charlotte match.
You don't win 14 world championships, potentially a 15 tonight, without evolving over the course of your career. Figuring out your weaknesses, figuring out your opponent's weaknesses and exploiting them.
The NXT Women's Champion, Stephanie McCare, is not going to take too kindly to that.
Well, Stephanie McCare knows what she can do and she has a problem with it.
And Charlotte, again, ragdolling right now.
And I'll tell you right now, Charlotte Flair has taken a lot of heat inside the locker room for being so dismissive of every single woman under the WWE umbrella. But when you have the kind of resume Charlotte Flair has, she's absolutely right in dismissing all of them.
She literally just said, I'm her. And there is not a single argument that can be made against
it. Didn't affect me on the PlayStation though. I'm still online.
Woman in the history of this industry, and she looks every inch that woman right now.
World-class athleticism, obviously high ring IQ, born for the business, and a mindset to be the greatest. She doesn't worry about making friends.
And Charlotte now turning into a Boston Crab, center of the ring. Charlotte really trying to lay it in here, and Tiffany Stratton, the champion, in trouble. Remember, tap out gives the title to Charlotte. Tiffany now rolls through, hooks the leg, trying to pick up the win, and a kick out by Flair.
Well, Tiffany Stratton has been put through the ringer so far. Charlotte Flair was looking fresh as a daisy, but now there is fight in the champ still.
Yeah, dip underneath now by Charlotte. Charlotte with a neck breaker.
Yeah. Unadjusted, pulled audible.
Top rope, and Charlotte takes advantage.
Nasty kick to the side of Charlotte Flair, and it really is these physical, athletic similarities between these two.
And Tiffany now starting to build some momentum. There's that gymnastic background. Delivering with Charlotte, rips her across the ring.
Athleticism.
It's Flair who's rattled by this athleticism coming back in the other direction. Normally, it's Flair's biggest asset, but it's neutralized tonight against Stratton.
So much balance, dexterity, and
power. Oh, nice spine buster by Stratton. Stacks up Charlotte, who has to kick out.
Stephanie Stratton is an absolute problem. She can do it all.
Right.
Power, no problem. They pick you up and put you through the desert real quick. Somehow Charlotte Flair kicks out.
Part of what's coming instinctively to Charlotte Flair in this match, the way she reacts so quickly, it takes a beat for the less experienced Tiffany Stratton to ponder her next move, and that is really the advantage now that Flair has.
We are sold out tonight. 61,467. Two titles have changed hands. Jey Uso, new world champ, New Day, new world tag champs. Will Charlotte Flair follow suit in this match?
If it was a boxing match, it would be 10-8 to Charlotte Flair at this point.
I agree.
Still swinging away is Tiffany Stratton.
And Tiffany with Charlotte now. Over her shoulders. Rolling senton by Stratton.
Tiffany's resilience here is going to pay off.
And Tiffany, top rope, nobody rolls through.
Yeah, too quick for that one. Had it scouted. Tiffany did well to adjust mid-air and not eat it.
Charlotte into the corner, out to the apron this time. It pays off for Charlotte, who delivers the boot to Stratton.
Is using the ring to her advantage.
Oh, nice.
Such a veteran.
Chip able to deliver a basement drop kick quickly to the cover to retain her championship and a kick out.
Yeah, perversely, the bigger the beating that Tiffany Stratton is absorbing in this one, the better she is becoming. Perhaps shaking off some of the early nerves in this one from her first WrestleMania match, and now starting to move up the gears and take a little control back for herself.
They're both starting to settle in here.
And I like this by Stratton, not getting too overzealous here. Regroup, think about what you're going to do next. Catch your breath. Nerves do a weird thing to your body.
I think that can work against most athletes. Charlotte Flair, though, I believe you've got to work a little quicker than that, Tiffany.
Tiffany, oh, he's to the back. Tiffany now runs into a big boot by Charlotte. Quickly trying to steal the title with a sudden impact and not able to do it.
Everything that we've seen thus far, and at the end of the day, it could have been just a boot to the face from Charlotte Flair. Ruthless.
It's just a little too much eye candy at times from Tiffany Stratton. Things are looking too pretty in the moments you just have to smack your opponent in the mouth. And time and again, Flair is beating it to the punch.
Well, let me ask you this question, Ray. This is under 4 years Tiffany Stratton had her first match. We talked about that earlier. I mean, how long did it take you to get to the point where you're confident enough in the ring to do everything the way you needed to do it?
I'll be perfectly honest with you, it depended on the opponent. The worse my opponent was, the more confident I got. If I got in there with a record-breaking champ, my confidence was shot. And that might be where Stratton is right now.
Oh, nice chop. That one dropped Tiffany to the mat.
There's a chance Tiffany Stratton is very similar to Charlotte, born for the spotlight.
And another chop.
So early in her career in such a big moment, maybe this is what she's been waiting for.
Things get nasty now. Charlotte say, what do you got? Tiffany's bringing it to Charlotte Flair now.
Something just woke up inside Tiffany Stratton.
Charlotte trying to hang on to the ropes. Tiffany now. Charlotte sidesteps. Kick now again. Champ's down.
Charlotte set her up right there.
I do sense a little frustration starting to build in Flair, however. This young champ who simply not stayed
went for natural
down.
selection and Tiffany countered. And now Charlotte Flair. Sit-out powerbomb for the championship for 15th time, and a kick out by the champ Stratton.
Oh, good. That's Flair been so far. Several times in this maneuver here, Stratton tried to reverse, but Flair just had too many answers.
She caught her like 3 different times trying to escape. Sit-down powerbomb comes through. Not enough to finish Tiff, though.
And that look on the face of Flair told you, you know, she thought she would be home and dry at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the frustration could be setting in. And
Disdain, too.
That champion's fight. Tiffany Stratton showcasing the grit tonight that I don't think a lot of people knew. Big elbow.
that step-up kick by Charlotte. And now Flair. And you know what she's doing here? This is very close. She was going to try to injure the leg to set up the figure eight, the submission hold by Charlotte. Tiffany able to scoot away.
Well, if someone is your athletic equal, take out a knee and suddenly they are no longer. And now dictating the pace of this one, dismissively, is Charlotte Flair.
I was going to say, remember, Tiffany Stratton, not the only one in this match that has a gorgeous moonsault. Charlotte to the top rope, the champion though, continuing to fight. What grit shown by Stratton so far.
Charlotte Flair thought she had enough time. Tiffany Stratton got up there with the quickness. He saved her.
Charlotte fighting back, drops the champ. Again, Tiffany just keeps getting back in the fight.
It's unbelievable, truly.
Incredible durability from the champ. But every time there's a window of opportunity for Stratton, it gets shot in a heartbeat by Flair.
But Tiffany landed on her feet. Flair went for the boot. Tiffany sidestepped again. Stratton now drops Flair. On the back of her head. Could this be it? The retain. Charlotte just gets the shoulder up.
This is really turning into an endurance battle by these two fine athletes. This war of attrition. And Tiffany is still living in there and dropping some heavy artillery. Of course, Charlotte equal to it.
Drop up spine buster here by Tiffany Stratton.
Guys, this is just night one. WrestleMania Saturday. Over 60,000 expected again tomorrow for WrestleMania Sunday. On a day that will kick off with the countdown show. And then again, WrestleMania. The last WrestleMania for John Cena. Tomorrow night, Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton. WWE Women's titles. Flair going to climb up to the top rope, and again, a resilient Stratton back to her feet. How much does she have left? Charlotte Flair, cross body, lateral presses, roll through by Stratton for the win, and a kick out by Flair again.
I didn't think she kicked out.
But don't admire your handiwork, Tiffany. Get back on the offense. because you know Charlotte Flair is going to.
And that's what Charlotte Flair did, driving the champion to the second turnbuckle.
And it's those split seconds that make all the difference at the very top level like this.
That's the difference between good and great. Taking advantage of those situations that arise.
Tiffany Stratton may well have hit a real roadblock tonight at WrestleMania after a fine championship reign.
Charlotte taking high risk here. Stratton's outside the ring, back up to the apron. Charlotte may have been going for the moonsault. I think Charlotte may have hurt that knee. The bracelet covers the surgically repaired knee. Stratton realized it, Wade, and went right after the knee.
Yeah, it's all fair game right now. Sportsmanship has completely gone out of the window. And that catastrophic, surgically repaired knee injury that has played Charlotte Flair is now a bullseye.
And now using a good leg for a kick on Stratton, trying to win the championship. Stratton's got a kick again.
I mean, almost immediately Tiffany Stratton right to that knee as soon as she saw weakness. I love that.
That was incredible. Great awareness by Stratton.
It's immediately went for the attack. Charlotte Flair, desperation kick.
Well, now there's fear in the mind of Charlotte Flair, who knows full well that her opponent has a target. If you're Charlotte Flair, you want to put this one to bed as quickly as possible.
They're always questioning the health of the body part that's gone under such a surgery. Now Charlotte Flair looking to punish the knee of the champion.
She said, if my knee's not great, neither is yours.
And again, wearing out the legs, Wade, will set up Charlotte for the devastating figure 8 finishing submission hold.
Yeah, and Charlotte may not just want to win this one and become a 15-time world champ. Why don't you take out your bitterest enemy in the process, put her on the shelf, let her experience what you had to go through in 2024.
Again, back to the knee of Tiffany Stratton, and the champ finds herself crawling away on one leg now. And now we're going to learn a lot about Tiffany Stratton tonight. Charlotte going to go to the figure 4. Can she bridge into the figure 8 with a champion's hold? Trying to bridge into the figure 8 because Charlotte is now in her knees. The injured knee, as Charlotte says, tap out, tap out.
Now mocking the champion, taunting
And again,
the
the bad
champion.
knee, attacking the bad knee. Great strategy by Stratton here.
Well, Flair got a little ahead of herself and got to protect that knee in the process as she was goading Stratton and allowed Stratton a way out of trouble.
And again, going for the figure 4. She couldn't bridge enough with the injured knee, and now Stratton back to the knee. The fact that she couldn't deliver the figure 8 may have cost her here, Wade.
That knee just turned inside out. It bended sideways because the brace has been loosened.
And Stratton now.
It's offering zero protection to Flair's knee now.
And now Stratton looking to climb up top. Charlotte Flair's in trouble. Knee exposed. Prettiest moonsault ever with the knees up by Charlotte. But did the damage. Over Charlotte's knee. Charlotte. Kick out at 2 by Stratton.
Oh, Charlotte Flair putting it all on the line here by hook or by crook. She is going to win number 15. She may well need another leg surgery after this one, but what a moment of precise timing there from Charlotte Flair. That knee to the gut of Stratton just as she was about to close in on victory.
Charlotte sacrificing her surgically repaired knee to block the moonsault by Stratton.
Those are the stakes. It's WrestleMania. Championship gold on the line against the most personal rivalry we've had in years.
Charlotte Flair, of course, one of 3 women to main event WrestleMania for the very first time. Knows what it's all about, to be in the spotlight, to be in the pressure. But again, the injured knee not allowing her to get to the ropes quickly. Trying to get to the top rope again. Stratton's going to meet her there.
Tiffany Stratton climbing the ropes with ease. Beating down Charlotte Flair. Who's going to be able to withstand the punishment?
Critical moment. Stratton dropped by the face. What does Charlotte do now? Charlotte got Tiffany Stratton in her sights. Charlotte Flair, natural selection from the top rope. Cover to win the championship. Comes the leg. Oh my goodness, Stratton at 2 3/4.
When you see the one building on the forehead of Tiffany Stratton as her blade bounced against the mat from that natural selection. How the hell Stratton kicked it out, I will never know.
Both women physically beaten, physically exhausted, hanging in the balance the WWE Women's Championship.
promise you, Paul. They're not going to like each other at the end of this one. They will respect the physicality.
The trash talking, and now slaps. And now to the back knee, and Charlotte turning the offense around on Stratton. And again, Charlotte going for the figure four, the figure eight, going down by Stratton. Charlotte rolls through, trying to power Stratton up here.
It's counter for counter, power for power.
He gave out a bit.
It's about whose flame is going to give out first.
And Charlotte over the second turnbuckle.
Head off the turnbuckle there, Cole.
A critical move. Tiffany Stratton sends Charlotte whiplash into the corner. Not sure if she got all of it, but may have gotten enough.
Back of the head of Charlotte Flair ricocheting against that second buckle. You're right, Cole, whiplash. It's like a car crash at 60 miles an hour. This deep into a match.
Another rolling set time by Stratton. She has Charlotte in position. This could be Tiffany Stratton's chance. Stratton, prettiest move, so double touch to Charlotte Flair. Cover now, hook in the ring. What a win at WrestleMania for Tiffany Stratton. Wow. Tiffany Stratton tonight. When it comes to toughness, when it comes to stamina, when it comes to resilience, she battled back at every turn.
Raw grit against the greatest in history. What's that connect? Look at the bruise on the forehead of Stratton. How on earth the brain reset that quickly to kick out and still stay in the fight? And this is where Stratton was on the road to victory. The world's prettiest moonsault connected. This time Charlotte could not get the knees up. Charlotte was a beaten woman. Take nothing away from the queen of the industry. Tonight was just not her night. Stratton, hats off you. Sheer brilliance.
Congratulations. It is a career-defining moment for the WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton. And I'm going to go on record here tonight and say this. Tiffany Stratton could be well on her way to a Charlotte Flair-like career in WWE.
Still show respect there from Charlotte Flair. It was small, but Tiffany Stratton earned every bite of it.
Congratulations to Tiffany Stratton. And here's a sneak peek. Consider the new genre of NBA thriller from Ryan Coogler, director of Black Panther 3. Starring Michael B. Jordan, only in theaters IMAX April 18th. Get your ticket now.
Ghosts. Demons.
To be honest, that was pretty good for her first actual match against Charlotte. Could pretty even be better than Charlotte. She keeps that up. Replace Charlotte at the top. Okay, I don't need to go to the title management now on my game because all the titles has been done now. It's just Reigns, Punk and Rollins match now. I'll continue my universe mode on mine. Obviously 2 replacements in tomorrow's matches, which is Bailey. So Lyra has to find a replacement. And obviously we don't know who Randy Orton's opponent is at the moment. Still. Yeah, I think Tiff could be one of the greats as like Charlotte. After that, her first match against Charlotte too. Jeez, that was amazing. At WrestleMania too. And it's the longest match at the moment. That was 19 minutes. The first match was 16.5 minutes. Which was the Jey Uso winning his first world title. And now it is Reigns against Punk against Rollins now. But obviously they're having little adverts and all of that stuff. Building up all of it. So I'll wait until the actual matches. But they're just telling you all about the Hall of Fame and stuff. Which, as I said, I did watch the Hall of Fame. I watched SmackDown first on Netflix. Then I went on to watch on YouTube the Hall of Fame. And then I just watched bits and pieces of my YouTube catch up until NXT Stand and Deliver was on. And obviously it's next month when we have the first DLC for WWE game. Well, there is the biggest clue of who Randy Orton's opponent is for tomorrow night. It could be the returning Malik Black. It could be the returning on him. Because they still have to have their match. Adrian against Logan. Obviously, we know it's not going to be Ray or anyone like that because obviously he's injured. Hence why he got replaced by Ray Phoenix earlier. Obviously, it's not Dominic because obviously he's in the IC title picture against Braun. It's not Cena or Rhodes. The Rock? Nah, why would he come back for just a Randy Orton match? I'm trying to think. Who would Orton Matt face in this open challenge? I doubt it's going to be Nick. But who is Orton going to face? Okay, I think it's on now. The match. No, it's still the Hall of Fame. They're just bringing out the Hall of Fame people now. Michelle McCool. Hopefully, next year's Hall of Fame, China actually be in the Hall of Fame on her own. You know, since Triple H was mentioning her in his speech. So hopefully next year, China goes into the Hall of Fame that she deserves. Maybe Wei Cool comes back for one more match. So we know Michelle can still wrestle for like 5 minutes. Oh, here comes Triple H. Because he got inducted as well.
Oh, yeah, Cole. I wish we knew how to do that.
This is more of a dribble rather than a spurt.
Triple H says.
Ladies and gentlemen, your WWE Hall of Fame class of 2025.
Oh, what a great class. What an honor for Pat and I to be a part of this.
Absolutely last night. At the Fountain Blue Theater. Legends in abundance, icons honored, and a proper celebration of those who helped build this beautiful place.
Aerial coverage of WrestleMania is provided.
Mute it until the actual match. To be honest, I totally forgot that Triple H was inducted. Oh, that's the Goodyear blip. Oh, and that's the opener for tomorrow. Well, Sunday's event. The Women's World Championship. Io Sky defending it against Bianca and Rhea Ripley. Randy. Rusev? Randy Orton against Rusev? Randy Orton against Sheamus? Unless he's injured? I forgot. Did I copy? Didn't I? Orton. Well, we know it's not going to be Ted DiBiase Jr. Well, we know it's not going to be Cody Rhodes because he's in the main event. It's not going to be The Undertaker. Don't want him to come out of retirement just to have one match with Orton. It'd be pointless. Who else was other? his opponents. Well, we know it's not going to be Edge. Jamie Noble. The Hurricane. I just saw him. Or, since he's just lost his title, good for. Or LA Knight. They both lost their titles. Maybe. Hold on, let me quickly. Wow, I can't spell for shit. Well, it's not gonna be Dean Ambrose, I know that. It's not gonna be Moxley, we all know that. Kurt Angle. Oh no, these are all. I wanted all his matches. Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal, Rusev. Well, we know it can't be Bray Wyatt.
nation will battle tonight.
You guys remember what happened 10 years ago? Up in California, the Bay Area. Seth Rollins cashing in Money in the Bank in the heist of the century at WrestleMania.
Iconic call for an iconic performance. Seth needs another one of those iconic moments this evening against two of the best this industry has ever seen.
A 14th appearance at WrestleMania, the third time he's been in the main event.
Come to WrestleMania for the wrestling, but stay for the karaoke. We've got a bit of everything here tonight in Vegas.
Can't show the match, it's called copyright, mate.
Chiseled from stone. The OTC.
If you can watch it, watch it. That's all I can say.
For a record 10-time, Roman Reigns will main event WrestleMania.
Titan of this industry, marching to the ring with his signature celestial swagger, the epitome of ice-cold, effortless cool.
Roman Reigns with a record of 9-3 at WrestleMania. Guys, there are only 4 men in history who have more wins than Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Their names: The Undertaker, John Cena, Edge, and the Game, Triple H.
Pressure, what pressure to be the main event of WrestleMania. But this is a walk Roman Reigns has taken many times before.
He has a locker at the main event of WrestleMania. This is where he lives. Others just join him in different cities.
And of course, the Samoan dynasty, the Anoa'i family dynasty, that is now headed by the original tribal chief. That man, a lot of questioning coming into this ring pack about who would carry the Ulafala to the ring. Paul Heyman would normally do that. Tonight, Roman Reigns comes to the ring with the Ulafala on his neck himself. And for the first time in many, many years, Roman Reigns heads into battle alone.
The Ulafala symbolizes the head of a family. And when you talk about Roman Reigns' family, you're talking about one of the most successful and powerful families in the history of mankind. A lot of ones to the
Cole. The Anoa'i family dominance continued at WrestleMania Saturday. Jey Uso, the new world champion. Jacob Fatu, the new United States champion. And now the head of the table, Roman Reigns. In a triple threat match for pride and glory. Past 4 or 5 years, I've never seen Roman Reigns in the shape that he is in tonight.
I got a chance to chat with him a little bit on Friday, and he talked about his discipline and his training routine. He brought his entire fight camp out here to Las Vegas from South Florida, focused completely on dominating this triple threat that everybody thinks is for the face of a generation, or for the next king of the industry.
Don't let these tattoos fool you. I'm a man of great discipline. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. I'm straight edge. My addiction is wrestling. My name is C-M. You cannot stop my legacy. Father side. I've won championships. I've made friends, and I've made enemies. Tonight is my night. Tonight is my main event. Pressure is my playground. My fire has always been burning. My addiction is wrestling.
the fact that Paul Heyman, with a smile on his face, kicks CM Punk on the forehead and walked down into the ring with a second sitting snake. Last year's WrestleMania with a torn triceps, and tonight he goes into triple threat action with Reigns and Rollins, two men that he cannot stand. Triple threat rules. First man to gain pinfall or submission will win this matchup. There are no countouts. There are no disqualifications. Paul Heyman is here in Punk's corner. The question, guys, though, is where does his allegiance really lie?
Well, I'll be the first to say I don't trust a word that comes out of the mouth of Paul Heyman, but perhaps for the first time in his entire life, he showed some true loyalty to one of the men who brought him to the dance in WWE, a bond that goes way back him and CM Punk.
They're serenading their tribal chief. Who's gonna handle the Hula Fala?
You will not trust the man who decided to allow Punk's favor to be a part of WrestleMania, being in Punk's corner. Remember, he owed Punk a favor after Punk helped Roman Reigns' team out back in War Games Survivor Series.
Look what you did, Paul!
CM Punk is just laughing at the sight of the disgust in the eyes of Roman Reigns.
And we are underway with this triple threat main event with three icons, three surefire Hall of Famers. The official in this main event, Rod Zapata, who will have his hands full with these three men tonight. So much history between everyone in this matchup. You need hours to be able to sit through it all. The reason for the animosity and the hatred and the disdain.
An entire generation here in front of our eyes.
CM Punk, who burst on the scene.
Now he's utilizing his wise man, or best
Well,
friend.
he's mocking Reigns and Rollins is also what he's doing here. CM Punk showing up at ECW, run by Paul Heyman when he was just a teenager. Wanting to break into the business. He would get to Ohio Valley Wrestling and become Heyman's best friend. And Rollins now said, we're not working together. Enough issues between you and I and what we used to have inside the Shield, and now we're underway.
Seth was trying to strike a deal there. It's way too late for that. 10 years of animosity. And CM Punk is quite happy to let these two duke it out.
Punk now in from behind. Remember, in many ways, Seth Rollins, the obsession by Reigns for Rollins last year cost Reigns the championship with Rick Reigns.
CM Punk has had a non-stop grin on his face since he walked out. Remember, securing the main event of WrestleMania was never the goal. Winning in the main event of WrestleMania is. Punk fails to do that, and he'll always look back on this night with regret.
And Roman Reigns trying to shake out an issue with his hamstring early on in this matchup. Paul Heyman did tell CM Punk that he would indeed one day main event WrestleMania. Paul Heyman said, I will be with you when it happens, and it has. And Punk now dropped up over the top rope.
CM Punk forever a WrestleMania main eventer because of what's happening right now. Will this night end with our tribal chief doing what he does so damn often?
Seth Rollins in position for a Roman Reigns drive-by.
Big left J to the face of Seth freaking Rollins. clean Jordans on our Tribal Chief's feet tonight.
This is not about a championship. This is about pride and dignity and proving you're the best, perhaps, of a generation.
It's about ego and animosity. And the man who has walked on water in this industry for the past 10 years, Roman Reigns, immediately taking control.
Embarking in Heyman.
We're talking about saving this industry in the last 10 years.
Here's what you could have had, Heyman. You made your choice.
And now Punk reversal drives Reigns into the ring post. Let's not forget, guys, as Seth Rollins now sets up for a suicide dive with Roman Reigns. All three men outside the ring. Again, no countouts. Do as much damage as you want outside the ring.
Now taking his time over here by the commentary table, letting the two ex-Shield members beat the hell out of each other.
And remember, the reason that Rollins and Reigns are here, at least when they first arrived on the scene, was because of CM Punk. The Shield was built as a security force for CM Punk.
Yeah, let's not make out like that is some accolade for CM Punk. They were brought in as security to protect CM Punk. It wasn't a selfless act by CM Punk. And both Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins know that.
But again, it just more attentive to the history between these three men. Now, Punk and Rollins, such personal hatred between these two. Rollins has never forgotten the fact that Punk left the company, badmouthed the company for many, many years, while Rollins stayed here and played the soldier. And when Punk came back to all the fanfare, it pissed Rollins off. It sent Rollins down, taking out that animosity on Punk.
Spoke to Rollins earlier. He said the only time CM Punk has improved the culture in WWE
Right,
has cleared off for 10 years.
Do they have a entrance on WWE game? Punk and Heyman. I forgot.
CM Punk has found the fountain of youth that's physically better than he has done in 15 years, and his performances attest to that.
Refreshed, ready to go. Still the best in the world in his eyes.
Again, for the first time in WrestleMania, Rollins used, what was that? Garbage can off the face of Punk.
Saw Mick Foley last night at the Hall of Fame.
Jack referee Rod Zapata has his work cut out here, trying to keep this one under control. There are no DQs in this scenario.
Well, the only job he has is count pinner submission. Again, Rollins delivering a can in the back of the neck to CM Punk.
Back of the head too, completely unprotected there with CM Punk.
There's a button back there for sure.
Well, Anthony, you ain't helping you now, Punk.
Roman Reigns was taken out of the equation. Turned into a one-on-one matchup, released momentarily. Punk now kicked to the midsection. All Heyman there was at ringside looking on, and now CM Punk with a suplex out of the garbage can.
Onto the cement.
Sharp, twisted steel of that garbage can gouging into the lower back of Seth Rollins that has historically been an issue. Keep an eye on that.
Attacking Seth Rollins' back is a good play. CM Punk and Seth Rollins throwing big shots at each other amongst the WWE Universe.
Heated up between these three back at the
This is part of the problem in a triple threat match. You get too diverted with one of your opponents, get into a hell for leather war, and the third opponent, out of sight right now, is benefiting from this entire scenario.
And now fighting back to the barricade. Wait, to your point, Roman Reigns wipes everybody out. Roman was lying in wait. Great strategy by the OTC.
Full send from our Tribal Chief. Roman Reigns took out CM Punk, Seth freaking Rollins, and maybe the first 4 rows. 55-inch vertical.
Yeah, he ran right off by Paul Heyman, the man who betrayed him. But he decided to come out here with CM Punk tonight.
Far be it from me to criticize Roman Reigns, but I personally would have left Seth where he was, isolate CM Punk, get him in the ring and try and win this thing.
Well, they hate each other equally. So.
Our Tribal Chief is starting to think maybe we do some damage with some furniture.
Why not? The Spanish table's out here. Roman Reigns now going to clear things off. And the Roman Reigns going to do a lot of damage here tonight in our main event.
The sour look on the face of Paul Heyman tells the story. The man he could have been backing, the man he's backed for years, is in total control of this one.
He's doing exactly what he's done for the better half of the last decade. Run this thing. Our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, getting CM Punk out of the way.
There's some physical racks at ringside.
And again, continuing the assault on Rollins. Paul Heyman may have been on the wrong horse in this one tonight. Roman Reigns is dominating both Punk and Rollins in this triple threat match.
Yeah, Heyman does not make many mistakes, but this one looks, right now at least, like a major faux pas from the wise man.
Oh, CM Punk fighting back.
Yeah, Punk will never give up, continues to say he is the best in the world as he sends Reigns back into the ring.
Well, this is going to have to be the best performance of his career if he's pulling out victory here.
That's mocking Roman Reigns.
But for the running knee, Roman Reigns able to pick him out of the air. There's the power now of Reigns, being able to get Punk up on his shoulders. It's a long drop by Roman. Seth Rollins now off the top rope, runs it over one hand.
Roman Reigns just looking like a different class out there.
He's got a 10-pack.
Well, he's
absolutely shredded.
Oh, he's being driven by anger as well.
Got a point to prove this evening.
Yeah, fueled by animosity.
And greatness. This man wants to top wrong again. This man wants the business.
Everything he did for Paul Heyman and Paul Heyman's career, Heyman running the gravy train, riding the gravy train of Roman Reigns, and now to turn his back on him for Punk tonight. Went for the Superman punch. Punk now, swinging neck breaker, caught Reigns.
I don't know if it's going to be enough to get a pin. Gonna have to keep fighting.
Just about avoiding that Superman punch.
He doesn't.
CM Punk.
And Rollins up over the top, caught by Punk again. Punk in position for the GTS. Rollins not going to allow it to happen. Running knee now, caught Reigns in the jaw. There's a heel kick to the face of Seth Rollins, and now it's CM Punk who is starting to build momentum in the matchup.
Amazing job by CM Punk of just adapting your offense on the fly. Take what your opponents are giving you.
CM Punk in control in the main event of WrestleMania.
Gotta be those lightning reflexes for CM Punk. That's what's got him ahead now.
Couple of running knees by Punk yet again. And again to the other side. Punk now has gained control.
Punk is spoiled for choice. You got two dead bodies in there.
Wait a minute.
Punk now. Oh, and a DDT and an inverted DDT delivered to Rollins and Reigns. Vintage Punk in the middle of the ring. Let's take another look.
Cutter DDT from CM Punk on Roman Reigns and Seth freaking Rollins. And then he takes it in for a moment.
Yeah, and that's the mistake, Pat. Taking it in, yeah, I get it. It's the main event of WrestleMania. You worked so hard to get here. A moment you thought you'd never have. Go for the damn pin.
I was going to the sky.
Looking over the shoulder of Heyman. Is Punk now from the top rope. Punk paying homage with a big elbow to Rollins.
And still no pin for Punk. And to me, this is emotion getting the best of CM
Well,
Punk.
Heyman's supposed to be an advisor and a coach. Maybe he should tell Punk to go for the cover and end this thing.
Maybe a wise man would say something wise at some point.
Punk now hell-bent on beating the hell out of both of these men. Proving a point here tonight.
Soaking it in is one thing. You have to be ice cold and clinical to win a match like this. And I fear Punk has let emotion take over.
And Rollins now top rope. Uh-oh, look at where Reigns is. Roman Reigns could be in trouble here. Roman dragging himself back to his feet. Rollins trying to fight out of this. Punk's now on the top rope. Dangerous situation for everybody involved.
Doomsday device connecting momentarily, perhaps unintentionally.
Superman punch. Cover by Reigns for the win. Punk at 2.
A slight moment of teamwork between Paul Heyman's guys. And then a Superman punch almost ends it.
Well, look at the instincts of Roman Reigns. First
night, sold out 61,467. Watching three of the greatest of the game battle it out. Reigns, Punk, Rollins, triple threat action. Look at the spear, ran into a knee. Punk now. Looking for a GTS to Reigns. Elbow by Roman to fight his way out of it.
Perfect timing there for Punk, but he just stunned the tribal chief.
CM Punk getting the better of our tribal chief.
And here comes Punk now. Punk now. Down goes Reigns for the win for Punk. Kick out at 2.
A high cover right on the shoulders of Roman
Oh, look at
Reigns.
Punk looking for the
Wait a
device.
second.
Looking for the Anaconda device. Punk looking for the Anaconda device. If Reigns taps, it's over. Ropes will not cause a break. Punk's got it locked in. Can Reigns hang on? Oh, Reigns tap out.
Squeezing the life out of the tribal chief. Surely faded, cutting off that oxygen to the brain. Referee taking a very close look. By hook or by crook.
Reigns trying to counter Rollins now. Shawn splash. Breaks things up. Saving the match. Pin. Cover. Rollins almost took out both men.
Double frog splash from Seth freaking Rollins. Wow!
With the blink of an eye, they just went Punk thought he had victory. In to steal it was the architect, Seth freaking Rollins.
In Seth's eyes, he was saving it. I think he thought it was over if he didn't do that.
Well, then he got the cover.
WWE fans serenading Rollins. So wait, I was just going to ask you, both men down. If you're Rollins, what do?
You
I guess
clear
you do this.
one man out as quickly as you can. Figure out who the weakest guy is. Get him out of the ring. Then focus all your efforts on the remaining man.
And again, the personal animosity forces Rollins to go back to Punk and try to beat the hell out of CM Punk. Lifts Punk up. And a buckle bomb by Rollins.
Such a devastating maneuver has taken out several superstars for long periods of time, and Punk hasn't moved since.
And now Rollins lifting Roman Reigns up. Reigns is in trouble as well. Trying to hang on, and another buckle bomb by Seth.
Is Seth freaking Rollins the one that's walking out of here as the champion of a generation?
There's so much talk about the Punk and what Roman Reigns have accomplished. But you cannot rest on this man, Seth Rollins. An unbelievably great WrestleMania performer over the years. A great champion. And a very concerned Paul Heyman in front of us at ringside. As Rollins now. But for a pedigree, Punk looking for a GTS. Spear!
Seth dodging out of the way.
And now with Reigns hooked. Went for the pedigree again. That body drop. Rollins lands on his feet. Roman Reigns went for the spear. Pedigree! 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 By Rollins! Pedigree! Rollins! Stop! Stop the Reigns! Rollins gets rid of CM Punk. Cover! Rollins for the win! Reigns is still in it!
Oh my God! Seth Rollins did literally everything he was supposed to do there.
Watch this!
Catches the spear, turns it to a pedigree.
Followed it up with the killer blow. The stump, you have to clear Punk out here. Here's the issue. Get Punk out the ring so he can't break it up. That beat though was all it took for Roman Reigns to just kick out in the nick of time.
Meanwhile, Paul Heyman's new gravy train, CM Punk, is lying here, hasn't moved, right in front of Heyman's face at ringside, while Rollins and Reigns remain in the ring.
Heyman's been pouting a lot. There's nothing going the way he likes it.
God, this durability, the athleticism, the speed of thought of Seth Rollins, the thing that has taken him to the very pinnacle of of this industry. It's coming up trumps at the right moment.
The architect, the visionary, Rollins looking to go up top. Roman Reigns is in trouble. Rollins now making it to the top rope.
Battered. Late in this match. Took his time getting up there.
Seth Rollins going for broke. Nobody home. Rolls through. Punk catches him. CM Punk looking for going to sleep. Spear to Rollins. Punk going to sleep to Roman Reigns for a win in the main event. Kick out by Roman.
Planet Earth cannot believe their eyes. Paul Heyman is distraught at ringside. That was CM Punk's moment. The spear Punk dodging out of the way, connecting, taking Seth Rollins out of the equation, followed up by the sweetest GTS you will ever see. But Roman Reigns, as we know, he's just a bit too special.
CM Punk had his WrestleMania moment, and somehow Roman Reigns kicks out. Now the fight continues on the outside.
CM Punk like he had the plug pulled on him with that kick out from Roman Reigns.
And Punk now center of the ring with Reigns. CM Punk is rolling now. Heyman is his demeanor's changed.
Another go to sleep. Time to count some sheep.
Big frame of a massive tribal chief, and at this point in the match, Punk struggled a little there.
Pedigree! Cover!
All three of these men showing massive signs of wear and tear as we get into the deepest of deep water in this WrestleMania Saturday main event.
All three of them have had moments where they were walking out of here with their hand raised. All three of them have had moments where they were 1, 2, 3. This is going anybody's way.
This audience completely split between these three.
You don't know. You never know. That's why I'm here. You're without him. You're without me. You're without March. You're without your bloodline. Of course you don't know. Listen to me. Listen to me. He doesn't belong here. You understand me? He doesn't belong here. He should be you and me. He's the outsider. We put him down. And it's done. He's the dead man. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me?
Rollins trying to explain to Reigns that the greater good is to take out the cancer of CM Punk. And Rollins now takes the fight to Punk here at ringside. And now Seth Rollins looking at our announce table. We're going to start tearing things out. Will Reigns and Rollins work together?
Well, the question now is Seth Rollins even looking for victory? Or is he looking to punish CM Punk? Is this just retribution?
Hey, look at Reigns. Wait, you got to look at Roman Reigns. He is so torn here. He doesn't know what to do. Does he team with Rollins? He's looking back at Heyman. He's looking at Punk.
Are we getting some deja vu?
Oh, here we go. Shield bomb coming. Going old school tonight.
The ultimate throwback.
Oh! He said, "Give it there." Oh, he said, "I'm gonna do it myself, damn it." Powerbomb to the table.
I didn't know this table could break.
Punk is out. Reigns turns his attention now to Rollins.
A defenseless Seth Rollins who got sucker punched.
Look out, look out. Back in hell on the way. Reigns with vengeance in his eyes. Rollins to the table.
Our tribal chief is cleaning up.
Roman Reigns destroying everything in his path. Spear!
was over. We all thought our tribal chief had his ones in the sky, but somehow Seth freaking Rollins fights off.
Look out. Roman Reigns.
You folks for a favor, huh?
Roman Reigns has not forgotten about Paul Heyman.
Oh, not at all. Roman Reigns felt betrayed. Punk stepped back into the ring.
How sweet would it be if Roman Reigns put CM Punk to the sword in front of his turncoat former wise man?
By the way, Heyman, this is all your fault. This is all your fault, Paul. Roman Reigns down. Looking to choke out Punk as Heyman looks on. Looking to choke out Punk as Heyman looks on.
Standing guillotine as the second city saint fades in the biggest moment of his career.
Oh no, Punk!
No,
Roman Reigns
locks it in
shoulders
deeper.
down, though. Shoulders down, and lots of bottoms there. Roman's got his shoulders up. Triangle's still locked in. Is Punk gonna tap out? Look like Punk was pushed to tap it. Turns it around into a cover. Forces Roman to break. And now Punk looking for the vice, perhaps.
Now Punk was able to get out of that guillotine, and now he's...
Oh God, what a transition!
Great transition by Punk and a counter vice. Remember, ropes do not cause a break. Submission perhaps to Roman Reigns. Punk with Heyman looking on. CM Punk trying to get Reigns to tap. Critical moment in this match. And Seth Rollins back involved.
Well, Seth didn't get in there. This one was over.
And Rollins trying to turn things around in a reverse sharpshooter here. Center of the ring. Is Punk gonna tap? Is Punk gonna tap?
The best in the world, tapping out to the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Shown to
WrestleMania moment.
It's a double whammy. The agony, the torture of this move, combined with the fact you simply cannot breathe in there. Punk may pass out.
Roman Reigns, though, trying to get back into this match. Punk still has not tapped. And now Roman Reigns turns things around. And Roman going to try to choke out Rollins. Guillotine. Rollins trying to get back to a vertical base.
Oh, this is ridiculous power from Rollins, but how the hell do you get out of that? Those legs are clasped around the midsection of
Oh, my goodness, what a suplex. Shoulders down now. Reigns has got a kick out. Still got them locked in. Still has not released the chokehold on Rollins.
Roman Reigns with a berserk look in his eye.
Stop by Punk. And now CM Punk with a dollar sleep to Rollins. Cover. The main event continues.
these men are not mortals.
You take your biggest shots and they simply bounce off. You turn to despair, and that is the dark pit in the mind of CM Punk he now has to overcome.
There is no surrender in any of these three great warriors.
Paul Heyman on the outside looks completely lost. He looks like he's given up.
CM Punk, this is the main event of WrestleMania. This is what you fought your entire life for.
Where does he go after this? He's already burned every bridge he has. Heyman is seeing maybe his career flash before his eyes as Punk continues the attack on Rollins.
Roman down, Rollins down, CM Punk to his feet.
Broken bodies everywhere you look. Who can summon something special to grab victory?
Think about the physical exertion that these men have gone through in this matchup. Punk now trying to lift Rollins up, trying to perhaps get him in position to go to sleep. Seth Rollins not going to allow it to happen. Punk now going back to Rollins for the go to sleep. Could have been a smart move there by Punk. Can he hit the GTS that he does to Rollins? Speared out by Reigns. Stop by Seth. Everybody is down. This is absolutely incredible.
CM Punk once again going to the well, but without a missed beat. Roman with the spear followed up with a recoil stomp instinctive from Seth freaking Rollins.
Paul Heyman doing?
Paul Heyman with a steel chair in hand. There were no disqualifications in a triple threat match.
What are you doing, Paul?
What the hell are you doing?
The cogs are whirring in the brain of the wise man.
Yeah, you better pray.
Where's that chair going, Paul?
You better make the right choice.
You don't need prayers when you have a steel chair.
Go on, Paul. No disqualification.
Paul Heyman has made his choice. Paul Heyman has turned his back on Roman Reigns to help his friend CM Punk, who now has a steel chair in hand.
Historic loyalty from Paul Heyman.
Loyalty to who?
Roman Reigns is a sitting duck. Roman Reigns is defenseless. Oh no! Homies! See? Paul Heyman low-blown his best friend CM Punk. Heyman's in agony. Paul Heyman has returned to his original tribal chief.
You cannot trust a rat. All of Roman Reigns' Christmases just came at once.
And now Reigns are running on Punk with a steel chair. Paul Heyman has returned to the original tribal chief. It had to be a ruse all along. Tribal chief. My tribal chief. Tribal chief. And now, how apropos this would be.
That night in Indianapolis.
After a decade, payback is finally coming to Roman Reigns. Oh my God! You piece of garbage! What the hell did we just witness?
Low blows his best friend in his double team.
Rewind a couple maneuvering and subterfuge has always dictated the very top level of this industry. And Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman just bluff and deceive their way to victory in Vegas.
You know, how many years ago was it, Wade? That man in the ring sold his soul to the authority to get ahead in this business. And now a decade later, he sells his soul again to Paul Heyman to get ahead in this business.
An ending to this match nobody saw coming. CM Punk and his career-long best friend has recently reacquired wise man having the steel chair to the man who has fought so hard for this moment to be present in the main event of WrestleMania only to be low blown.
In this entire situation, Seth Rollins is the one man that I felt sorry for, that I thought was getting shafted, that I thought didn't have a play in the game.
Cole, this is the top level at WWE. It's the main event of WrestleMania. If you're not shafting your opponents, they're shafting you. It's about who does it best. And Seth freaking Rollins has just mastered this art. Hang it in the Louvre.
There's been many shield tears to the back over the years, but perhaps none as important and as devastating as the one we witnessed tonight. Paul Heyman always seems to survive. Paul Heyman is the cockroach who always finds himself at the top of the food chain, who you cannot kill, who continues to be with the best in the business. And now Paul Heyman has aligned himself with Seth freaking Rollins. And I'm sick.
So many questions. How long has this been the plan?
It could have been weeks or months or years.
With Paul Heyman, yeah, years potentially.
We thought we knew Punk's situation, right? He did this to get under Reigns' skin. I mean, Roman's the one I feel bad in all this for.
Tribal Chief has been stabbed in the back more times than he can imagine. Blow, blow.
Hey guys, guess what? This is only night one. WrestleMania is Saturday. WrestleMania post-show's next. We'll see you tomorrow.
I think they had this triple threat since the start. If Brock Lesnar didn't, with the situation with Brock, because I could see that happening and going back to Brock. So, I think the only reason that Seth was in it because of the Brock situation, probably. But that's a good, which means that there's like a 55% more chance of John Cena winning the record-breaking 17th world title. Just saying. That's night one done. Night two is roughly the same time again at 1 o'clock. I won't be live again until WrestleMania Day 2. Yeah, there's a 55% chance of Cena walking out as the champ. Obviously, he said it's its last WrestleMania match. There's still, what? How many more pay-per-views until the new year? I think there's like another... Still got like another 8 months for Cena to, you know, hang up his boots. Wrestling terms. So he can still become champion, and he's still got 8 months left of it on his of 25. So he could go on, defend it, what, once or twice or something like that, or maybe half of that time. Because remember, he has aligned with The Rock to become his champion. So that's the only way that he can do it, because The Rock can do that. All he has to do is just win later tonight, since it's Sunday for me. All he has to do is win tonight, later tonight. Well, just beat Cody, get his 17th world title, and defend it, what, 50% of the time before the end of the year. That's like 8 months. 8 months from now, he can be champion for all of that 8 months. I can see it happening. Cena winning his 17th and stays champion until when he's got like, what, a month left probably. So probably like around about Thanksgiving probably for you guys over in America. If anyone's watching from America, obviously, if they're watching this. Yeah, so I think around about Thanksgiving or somewhere that time, that if he does win the title, and when he drops it, before he hangs up his boots to end the year, or it might actually end the year as the champion still, we don't know. But I don't think Cena wants that. I think he wants to drop the belt before his last match. Proper last match. This is his last match at WrestleMania. He's still got plenty more matches. Like, he's still got like another 8 months worth of matches. Because he said 25 is the year that he retires it. He retires. So when the year 25 ends, who knows? Maybe around about Christmas time, he still is the champion. after he won it. And that's when he loses it. Because they can keep it up for like 8 months. You know, make Cena win to break Ric Flair's record. Not change the actual design of the title, but his variant or version of it, like what he done with the spinning belt. You can make that as a spinning belt, but the centerpiece is too fucking big, mate. I don't know. Because remember, he did the spinning belt. The first time he done the spinning belts was when he was in his basic Thugomotics gimmick. So he can still do it if he wins it. If I planned it, he can do that. He might even come out with that theme. Or, I don't mind if he comes out with his Bad Bad Man song. Either one of those two that were pretty awesome. But obviously, to make it even funnier would be even just stays as the... You know, stay as the theme now. He can do it. Anyway, yeah. I know it says I've been live for like an hour or so. But I was really being live for like, what, 4 hours? So I made sure that I started the stream like 10 minutes before. 10 minutes before the actual event. So it should be 5 hours until that. But yeah. Anyway, that's it. Obviously, I'm gonna have some sleep, and then we go again. For day 2. So yeah. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Day 2 later. I'll do the same thing again. Run about 10 past 12. My time. That's when I will start streaming again on the starting streams scene. And that's when basically I'll do the same thing again. Or try and see if I can do my walk like before kind of thing. Hopefully. But yeah. So long now. I'm going to sleep.